Hello again. It's about April 22nd or thereabouts. I went to Italy for about 10-12 days. Once again, the philosophy being, if my hand's not right, I can't practice piano, I can't practice guitar. I'm in a house with no dog, a bunch of musical instruments, and it's not making me happy to be here that much. So I like traveling and I like catching up with friends. Had a wonderful time with my friends Peter and Leanne and a bunch of new friends that I met in Italy. And and with Lorelei, of course, and she was the inspiration of the trip, and we had a great time together. Now, one of the things that I discovered I was able to work out a lot on the plane on my hands and made some strides with that. I'll do some details about that another time. But I did notice Italy, you drink a lot of bottled water. I had a bottle of water, and I found that when I gripped the bottle like this and did some exercises like this, I noticed that I had atrophied a ton on this part of my arm. It's already built back up. I'm not Charles Atlas yet. Give me about 2 more weeks and I won't be him. But this exercise, it seemed to, wherever I was weak, I was able to figure out where the weakness is, and I was able to at least get the muscle going. Now the thinking again is, on my part, Dr. Tom, as I don't call myself, is that this thing blew out a lot of stuff in my wrist, my shoulders, and just certain things as my arm starts to wake up, unscientific term, but accurate description of how it feels. All of a sudden you realize things that just aren't working right. And a big concentration has been this joint right here. I'm pointing my first finger to this joint that when I move that seems to give me a little more strength up here. And to move this, I'm finding I gotta get all the way up here to move that finger. I'm not back yet. Sitting there, I try to stay away from the doubts, and for the tape of this, I'm gonna tell you I don't have any doubts, but believe me, even though when you say you don't have doubts, you always got doubts. With that being said, I have no doubts. I can do this now. Now, I do notice that at different times of the day, it gives out. When I wake up in the morning, sleep wrong, or maybe even sleep right, it's just, I don't start out where I need to be. But I still feel overall good things are happening. I try to do this. I'm standing on a stairway with my arm on the railing, the idea of trying to get more of the stuff on the wrist. Now I also, stepping down, like to keep this going, and this, and I check it against the left hand, which again is my weak hand, but for the purpose of, as long as you guys have known me, newcomers to this, I'm apparently more stronger in my left hand than my right hand, at least in certain ways. These things that right now, no problem, later in the day it could be, but do that. Good, nice toss, except I missed. Don't give up on me yet, I'm coming back. Hello again. All right, so that's the idea with that. Now, I did that for about 4 or 5 days in Italy, and a lot of muscle that was gone in my wrist appears to have come back. And I'm talking in 24 hours, it made a difference, which from what I read is impossible. So if it's impossible, it could happen to me, because many things that happen in this trip are impossible, and I'm trying to process them. This was a positive thing though. So I'm just going to keep it short with this. I'm just trying to tell you, these are the exercises that I'm doing, and I'm doing them I did it for probably 10-12 hours on the plane. I would introduce myself, talk to the passenger next to me, assure them that I am crazy, but that why I'm doing this with their arms is no threat to them, that I just have a nerve problem, I tell them, didn't go into details, and most of the time they just said, go ahead, do whatever you need to do, glad you told me. I think that I'm getting a little more movement out of the thumb, and I'm definitely feel different. It feels like my hands belong to me and they can't do certain things, but I feel way stronger in my wrist. I didn't even realize how weak I felt. I'm coming back. I don't know. I played some music in Italy. I really enjoyed it. I sounded pretty good. Definitely have my challenges, and also realize that people My age got challenges one or the other. Many ways I've been spared some stuff, but again, that doesn't mean I'm going to settle for what I got. I'm going to get back to as healthy as I've ever been or better. Thanks for being part of it. I'll keep you posted. Ciao.